What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2003 movie Bad Santa. So in this movie, a miserable con man and his partner pose as Santa and his little helper to rob department stores in a mall on Christmas Eve. But they run into problems when the con man befriends a troubled kid. So this movie is pretty fun. It's a pretty decent raunchy comedy Christmas movie. Billy Bob Thornton is great in this movie. He's absolutely hilarious, but he's also really good at being serious when he needs to be and stuff. When the movie slows down and for its serious moments, he is really good in those moments too. It really shows how good of an actor he really is and everything. He's able to pull off the funniness really well while also being really likable and serious at times when he needs to be too. And everything, and even though he's not the most likable character and he doesn't do the most likable things, there's still a charm about him and everything. Billy Bob Thornton just is able to bring a lot of heart to this character and everything. And I think Tony Cox and Bernie Mac are both excellent in here too. They both were absolutely hilarious. I feel like Tony Cox especially steals the show. He just cracks me up in this movie. I've always been a big fan of him and everything. He does a lot of really good comedies and stuff, and even if the movies aren't usually good, he's always usually funny and everything. He's usually always the highlight of movies like disaster movies and stuff like that aren't really the best movies and everything, but he's able to be the funniest part about movies like that. And I think he's the funniest part in this movie too. Bernie Mac is really hilarious too though, and he's a very missed comedian. I've always loved Bernie Mac and everything, and I really miss him. He was an absolute gem and everything. And Brett Kelly as the kid is absolutely perfect. He just is really charming and lovable. You can't help but love this kid and everything. You want to see him in better situations where we're surrounded by better people, because he's a really lovable little kid and everything. And the charm and innocence that he brings to this movie is just really good and everything. And he brings a lot of innocent charm to a movie that is so raunchy and vulgar. You would think it wouldn't work with him and stuff, but it does. He brings a lot of good heart to this movie. And the raunchy jokes are still hilarious. There's a lot of really funny moments and stuff in this movie, especially, I think my favorite part, that I think is probably the funniest part, and it's really lowbrow humor and stuff, and usually stuff like this don't crack me up, but the part where they all punch each other in the balls and stuff when they're in the boxing ring, that part cracks me up, because first the kid punches Tony Cox in it, and then Tony Cox punches Billy Bob Thornton, and then Billy Bob Thornton punches Tony Cox again, and it's just their facial expressions and the way it's played out is just absolutely hilarious and everything. And usually those kind of jokes don't make me laugh because I'm usually like, oh man, that hurt, which I was like that, but I was also dying laughing just because their facial expressions, their reactions to being hit, it's just absolutely hilarious and everything. And I love how this movie does have so much heart to it too, though. Like this movie is pretty dang raunchy and everything. Like this is one of the raunchiest Christmas movies I've ever seen and everything, but it still manages to have that heart and stuff that you want from a Christmas movie and everything. And I will say that as far as negatives go, the first act is a little bit slow, but once he meets the kid and the kid and him start working together and stuff, and everything, the movie really picks up and gets going. But it does have a little bit of a slow start, but it builds out getting to know everybody, so I guess it works out in the end and everything. But I do feel like the beginning was always a little bit slow and everything. So all in all, I think this is a really funny movie. It's a really good time. It's got a lot of great heart and humor, and it's just a really good movie. It's not one of my most favorite Christmas movies ever or anything like that. It's not one that I watch every year or anything. This is just one of those that I watch every so often and everything. So Bad Santa, I'd give a 7 out of 10 and everything. I think it's a good movie and it's still a lot of fun and everything. So Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Bad Santa, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.